My name is Theresa Wolfwood.
I'm Samuel Munn from Victoria, BC.
I'm Annika Flower from Victoria, BC.
And I'm Thea Trelawney from Victoria, BC.
Tell me about your efforts as a peace activist.
Well, there are many ways to be a peace activist, depending on where you live and who you are. My activism has taken me to writing, to public speaking, to organizing conferences, workshops, rallies, going to places where there's conflict. Peace activism is a very broad term which can include peace in the home, domestic peace, about which we hear a great deal these days because there's still, even in this country, a lot of domestic violence. There is national violence in the form of colonialism, and then there is international violence and conflict, which is sometimes called war.
What do you think is one of your most enjoyable or triumphant experiences over the years?
Well, one of my most enjoyable experiences, and there are several of them, were the day when I stood up and spoke at a peace rally, and my daughter stood beside me and spoke. And she was 15, and she spoke at a peace rally in Victoria. Later on, she was the keynote speaker at a rally against the war in the former Yugoslavia. Later on, I've attended rallies and meetings where she was the keynote speaker about war against Iraq. And I think that probably gave me more pleasure than anything else.
What do you think is the most important effort you were involved in?
Was being with other people. The most important thing is that people connect and people do things together. Working for social change is not an individual matter. It's being part of something that is greater than yourself. And that means organizations, social movements, family, community. And I wanted to answer a question that didn't get asked, was what else do I do with my life, or do I have any time? Yes, one must live a balanced life. I have a home, I have a family, I have friends. I like cooking, I like making art. I'm just about to have a poetry book published. I write poetry, and I enjoy walking and spending a lot of time on the beach and in the forest. So I wanted to answer that because you have to have a connection to the world that you want to be better. And if I want this world to be better, then I have to live in it and enjoy it, as I think everybody should. There will always be conflict and there will always be disagreement. But it's how we deal with it that really matters. Because we have a society in which, for instance, murder is a crime and is punished. And so if I kill one person, I'm a criminal. But if I'm party to killing 1,000 people by sending a drone into a village in Afghanistan, I'm a hero. So I think that we have to see that we need to resolve conflict in a nonviolent way, which requires, first of all, it really requires communication, and it really requires knowledge. That you cannot take for granted that something that you hear on the radio or on the television is correct, or that even that something you read on the internet is correct. Try to go to the source, try to find out. And then if you're involved in the conflict, see the situation for what it is.